They're concerned that this could spark into something bigger in the Baltics.
We're concerned about it because we don't want it to lead to some broader conflict that can really lead to something far worse. What's concerning? I mean, you always worry about escalation. You always worry that something like that can spark into something bigger.
We have been seeing the conflict with Russia and Ukraine for quite some time. However, now they're saying they believe something bigger could be taking place as of today, May 22nd, 2026, in the past couple of hours. Hearing the United States is saying they are watching and concerned that something bigger is beginning to unfold in the Baltics between NATO, Russia, and Ukraine. Now, this comes as the past couple of days, Russia has been doing nuclear drills, and we are now hearing they are positioning and moving nuclear munitions towards Belarus. Now, this comes as NATO is concerned that there could be a nuclear attack coming very soon against Ukraine, and has warned that the results will be devastating for Russia. Now, coming out today as well, we're hearing the Norwegian foreign minister has warned the United States that Russia is not going to isolate it to NATO, but also has U.S. cities on the hit list, and there has been nuclear threats and warnings that have been issued out in the past 48 hours. But just in the past couple of hours, we have been hearing directly from the United States, and they are saying, yes, they are concerned something bigger is happening, and they are watching it. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the video footage and the articles so that way you can see the latest for yourself. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Russian nukes threaten almost all U.S. cities. Norway's foreign minister says, highlighting NATO's value. You can see this coming out today, May 22nd, 2026. Something big is taking place. Why has Russia sent more nukes to Belarus? Again, these articles coming out today, May 22nd, 2026. Russia says now the nuclear munitions, missile tests, they are part of military drills with Belarus. As Ukraine ups its security, Ukraine is not trusting the words of Russia. NATO chief comes out in the last 48 hours and warns Russia of devastating consequences if nuclear weapons are to be used against Ukraine. Right now, NATO, the United States, are not trusting what it is that Russia is doing, even though they're claiming these are just regular drills. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you trust Russia's word, or are you concerned? Right now, we are hearing there is high alert that is being put on by the United States. Take a look. U.S. concerned. Russian campaign against the Baltics could spark into something bigger, says Marco Rubio, as it is happening today, May 22nd. Like I said, I found the video footage. I'm going to be playing it for you so you can hear it directly from Marco Rubio. And this is very fascinating as well, coming out today as well. NATO allies, U.S. officials are confused.
Reporting the communist island nation is buying attack drones from Russia and Iran, some 300 drones. And the communist government of Cuba recently began discussing plans to potentially use those drones to attack U.S. targets.
The drones are concerning one sourced by both Russia and Iran. Would Cuba make the fundamental mistake of attacking the United States? It would be their doom.
Something you have to take seriously. You know that they have, and there's reports that Iranian, people have come to the country and are teaching them on their technology and how it succeeded in Iran.
Haven't already heard? U.S. intel has warned in the last 48 hours that Cuba has stockpiled from Russia and Iran an army of 300 drones, and they are planning to attack the United States, Florida. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the headlines, and also breaking news coming out. Castro has been indicted just a couple of hours ago today, May 20th, 2026. But let's take a look at the headlines so you can see it for yourself. Now, Cuba stockpiles drones and creates a list of American targets amid U.S. blockade and takeover threats. Report says Cuba is in the midst of a humanitarian and energy crisis after months of a de facto U.S. blockade on oil imports. Take a look. Florida Keys sheriff monitoring the situation after a report that Cuba is stockpiling drones considering a U.S. attack. Now, here is another one. Now, Cuba's president warns of a bloodbath if the U.S. takes military action. We had heard that Cuba is next on the list. Here's another one. Cuba warns of a bloodbath as U.S. imposes new sanctions amid rising tensions. And the U.S. is eyeing attack drone threat from Cuba You can see this coming out from Axios in the past couple of days. And U.S. targets Cuban political military leaders with new sanctions. We're hearing lists are being released as tensions are rising between Cuba and the United States. And as I mentioned, coming out today, U.S. indicts Cuba's Raul Castro on murder and conspiracy charges for downing of planes back in 1996, 30 years ago. We are hearing that he is now being indicted today. Now, I'm going to get you caught up on the latest and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are we going to be going to war with Cuba here very soon? We're hearing they have amassed an army of 300 drones, planning to launch them towards Florida. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but I'm going to dive right in, get you caught up on the latest. This is happening simultaneous to while we also have escalation happening in the Middle East between the United States and Iran.
All right, shalom, shalom. Keepers of sheep, Brother Kashai, back with another lesson. Lord's will, this video is edifying. All right. Before we begin, I'd like to first start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rekah HaKwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, shalom, and shalom to those who elect. All right, today's lesson will be titled Nuke Warning Sent to U.S. Cities. All right, and of course, today's lesson is inspired through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rekah HaKwadash. All right, but there are a few clips that we're going to touch on today. And this first clip you see, it says nuke warning sent to U.S. cities. Russia moves nukes. All right, so a lot of these countries with these nuclear weapons, man, they're basically, setting themselves up to shoot these nukes eventually. All right, they're setting themselves up to win a war. Right, they're setting themselves up to destroy America, aka Babylon the Great. All right, when these exercises, all right, when they shoot these practice missiles, practice nukes, all right, things of that nature, this is them, flexing and practicing, all right, for what's to come. Okay, they have to make sure they get it right. All right, they have to make sure that everything is accurate, everything is aligned, everything is working how it should. All right, because dealing with weapons, such as nuclear weapons, you can't make any mistakes. Okay, you have to make sure everything is on point, man. And that's how this is the spirit of the Lord. This is all the working and doing of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and we know the lot. All right, we know the predestination of America. We know what this place is allotted for, and that is nuclear destruction. Okay, and in this other video you seen right after, it says U.S. intel warns Cuba planning drone attack on U.S. And we know that Cuba is currently being backed, all right, by Russia and China, and I believe Iran. Yeah, and we know that Russia is one of the main contenders that's gonna destroy this place, man. All right, according to the scriptures, thus saith the Lord. This place is going to be destroyed by mainly Russia, China, all right, and their allies, right? So these people are just, they're just getting their mighty men ready, man, all right, for that day. And I have a couple precepts, right, to further back it up, because soon it won't be any more warnings. Okay, it says nuke warning, but soon it won't be any more warnings. It'll be a for sure thing, man. All right, these are the final warnings. All right, bear with me. I'm gonna grab this real quick in Amos 3 and verse 6. All right, it says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city?" All right, you're seeing the trumpets being blown right now as we speak. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city?" All right, the trumpet, that's the warning. All right, a trumpet is being blown to warn the people. All right, of what? Sudden destructions. All right, things of that nature. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?" But the trumpet is being blown, and what? The people are not afraid. The people are still coming and going, buying, selling, going to and fro at ease. Right? It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?" All right, so the destruction coming to the cities of America, all right, is being done by the will of the Heavenly Father. All right, the Lord is allowing these things. So before we even see the nukes, all right, you will see this place be invaded. You will see wars and rumors of, we are seeing wars and rumors of wars, but you will see these wars and rumors of wars in America. All right, on the land of America, on the soil of America, on the shores of America. All right, it says, and as far as we know, this place has already been invaded. All right, it's just a certain time that these sleeper cells are gonna be activated, man. It says, Amos 3 and 6, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?" All right, man. So understand that if the Lord has done it, there's no turning it back. Okay, it's gonna be done. It's gonna happen accordingly. Okay. Real quick, let's get this Matthew 24, because this is where it begins, right? Matthew 24 and 6, it says, "And ye shall hear" what? "Hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So we're seeing wars and we're hearing rumors of wars. All right. This is where it begins. Okay. Let's get the book of 2nd Ezra 16. And I'll start at 13. It says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss." What are those arrows? Those are your ICBM missiles. All right, your nukes. It says, "When they begin to shoot into the ends of the world." What is the ends of the world? That's America, aka Babylon the Great. It says, "When they begin to shoot into the ends of the world," because this place is the target. This is where the destruction will occur. This place and the state of Israel. Okay, but mainly here, right? This place will utterly be destroyed in an hour, right? It says, "When they begin to shoot into the ends of the world, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again till they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth." All right. It says, "Light as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return." So this is a plague, man. These missiles, all right, these nukes, these are a plague to this place, man. These are plagues, all right, to this wicked society, man. It is gonna burn up the wicked. All right, it's not gonna miss. All right, it's not gonna hit the target. It's not gonna malfunction. It's not gonna, it's not gonna. No, it's not gonna come far and only hit a little bit. No, it's gonna utterly destroy this entire country, the land of the North, this entire North America. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's get Malachi 4:1. It says, behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, right? And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Right, meaning it's gonna burn. It's gonna hit at the foundation. All right, the foundation of wickedness. That's this place. So in order to cut something off, you have to hit it at the root. In order to pluck something up or pull it out, you have to cut it at the root. All right, that way it doesn't produce anymore. That way it doesn't come back. So the Lord is gonna destroy this place, destroy this wicked place, and He's gonna hit it at the root. And the root is what? Babylon the Great. It's America. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Meaning this place is gonna it's only gonna be fire. Nothing else. All these lakes, ponds, rivers, right? And you gotta understand all the gas and oil and this place is being prepared for that. Okay, all these new houses going up, right? Everything you've ever bought, everything you've cleaved to in this world is gonna be burnt up. It says, for behold, even your people, your families, for behold, all right, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble and slakia, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, right? Shall burn them up, right? Saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. That's right, man. So all of the wicked on this side are going to be destroyed, man. Except for those that escape through the bunkers. Those will be the first fruits of slaves in the kingdom of heaven, right? According to the scriptures. This is Revelation 18:10. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. That's why these you see Russia, China, Iran, they're preparing for war so they can take this place out in 1 hour, so they can make it snappy, man. So that this can be done at a haste. All right, it's going to be done speedily. It's not going to be something that's going to be thought about. When the right time comes, those buttons are going to be pressed. Okay. Ezekiel 12 and I start verse 20 is the point. I get straight to it. It says, and the cities that are inhabited shall be laid waste, and the land shall be desolate, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord our power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. So, for a long time, that's what the apostles and their teachers have taught, that this place is going to be destroyed. All right, but that proverb, all right, that saying that this place is going to be destroyed, is going to be done no more. Why? Because we're going to be saying that this place is destroyed. It's done. Okay, it's come to the point where we're not going to be saying it. We're not going to be sending out the warning no more. We're going to be watching this place burn. All right. So, hey, man, once again, Lord will, this video was edifying. Until next time, I'll let it close out by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, Shalom, and Shalom to the hopeful elect.